Hey guys, I got a big box delivered to me by FedEx today, and it was like Christmas all over. I am actually a demo. I signed up late last year when they had their $25 deal, and I just couldn't pass that up, so I signed up. And this past Monday I submitted a fairly large order for myself and several of my customers, and I want to share with you some of the goodies. It's the stuff that I ordered for myself, but I'm not going to show you everything because I don't think that I'm going to have enough time. So I'm going to try and stick with the fun stuff, starting with the stamps that I ordered. Now this here is the very first photopolymer stamp set that I ordered from Stampin' Up. And just so you know, it's not like you can take how with most of the stamp sets you can choose clear or wood. The photopolymer stamp sets, it's just that you only have the photopolymer option. So anyway, which is fine with me because I do like photopolymer stamp sets. Now this one is called Wanderlust. And there's some fun travel themed stamp sets or stamps in the set, but you can use these on other projects as well. Like this one says hello from, and you don't necessarily have to put a city or state. You could put something like grandma's house and put in whatever the occasion was. So I like to find different ways to use the stamps in a set so I get more mileage out of the set. So that's that one. And then also I do want to make sure to point out that now I'm assuming they all are packaged this way. Again, this is my first photopolymer stamp set, so I'm not positive, but I did notice, or you will notice, that it's not packaged in the DVD cases like the others. Now this one here is called Banner Blast. It was one of the free items that you could choose from the Celebration catalog based on your total purchase amounts. And I had actually ordered the punch. Here's the coordinating punch, and as a demo I was able to get this early, and I love the punch, so I decided to go ahead and get the matching stamp set with this order. It's a really cute set. Okay, and I also got this one here. This one was on clearance. It's called Googly Ghouls. And it's actually a Halloween set that I had been kind of going back and forth on before, and I never got it, but I found that it was on clearance for $7.79, so I couldn't pass this up either. And it's called Googly Ghouls because the intention is for you to use those little googly eyes on the images. And one thing that I used to love doing when I used to make a lot of cards before I went back to school, I used to love using googly eyes on fun images, so this is right up my alley. And then I found that they had the matching designer kit. This one is called Ghoulish Googlies, and it comes with everything that you need to make 10 treat bags. So I thought this was a fun set to get, and it was only $3.19, so I thought that was a steal. Also got this one called Express Yourself, and it's a sentiment set. And there are some really useful ones like thank you, happy birthday, love you, happy anniversary, celebrate. So really great set with a really pretty font, so I had to get that one. And then here is another travel themed set. We're actually planning a trip later this year, but and again, getting more mileage out of your stamp sets is, I think, something really important for me at least. So these here, we went and we saw, I'm going to use them on my Project Life journal cards. And it doesn't necessarily have to be travel themed. It could be we went, and it could be, again, grandma's house. It doesn't have to be a city or a state. And the cameras, of course, you can use with anything. So that's that. And then here we go. Here was another free item from the Celebration catalog, and I think this is just a fun, cute set. Like this one, it says, "You make me happy when skies are gray." And this birthday one says, I don't believe that it's your birthday. You don't look any older than you did last year. So, fun set, guys. I also got a set of washi tape. And I especially love this yellow gingham. I think it's really pretty, and it's a really great set for spring, I think. Okay, what else? Okay, this is a framelit set called envelope liners, and I do already have the envelope punch board. If you're not familiar with it, what you can do is create envelopes of pretty much any size. So, you know, if you want to personalize your envelopes, or you want to use up some cardstock, for instance, some pattern paper. And I would recommend the thicker pattern paper. You could use a thinner one, but I would say if you're going to mail it, it's probably best to use a thicker one. That's just me though. So anyway, what you can do is you can use one of these dies to cut out a pretty liner for the inside of the envelope. So that's that, and it does come in this nice size or nice quality envelope. That, you know, I say that, but I actually don't use these because I have a different system for storing my dies. But you know, you can use this to put other things in it too, right? So that's that. And then I also got this for my teenage daughter. She has a thing for little bags. So she wanted me to order the mini muslin bags. It's a set of 8, and what it is that you can stamp your image directly onto the bag. And I would probably use StazOn ink or craft ink. So I think you can use a craft ink, but I would definitely use, for me, I have StazOn ink, so I would use that. And what you can do is put a little treat inside, use the drawstring here, thread it through a tag, and then call it a day. So, cute set. And again, there's 8 that comes in this set. Where are my other punches? Here we go. I got the Chevron Punch, and it is fairly large. So I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. What the punched out image looks like. This is a sample, and of course you would just punch directly out of the cardstock, but I didn't want to actually punch this piece, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like. This is a 4x6 piece of paper. It's actually from one of my Project Life kits. So it's about this big, and you know what I've seen people do, which I think is really cute, is they use white cardstock, and then they punch the image out from different colored cardstock and took the different colors and put them in the negative space, so it looked like a rainbow effect, and I thought that was really cute. So just a thought. And then if you're interested, for you Project Lifers, this is what it would look like on a 3x4 card. So just to give you an idea of what it looks like, as far as, you know, functionality and all that. Here's another punch. It's one of the newer ones called the scalloped tag topper punch. And what you would do is you would put a narrow piece of cardstock in here, so you can create this really pretty edge. And there's also a hole that also gets cut out here, so you can thread ribbon or twine through it. And then you can use that as a gift tag or a bookmarker. You could also use that for a journal tag for your scrapbooks or your Project Life layouts. Okay, and let me see what else I got. One of the things that I love, one of my most favorite items from Stampin' Up is their cardstock, especially their Whisper White cardstock. I had heard really good things about their cardstock for a while, and I finally last year ordered some Whisper White, and I really love the quality. For years I was using the cheap Georgia Pacific cardstock from Walmart because it's pretty cheap, and you know, it actually works well enough for me as far as you know, when I do my coloring, my Copic coloring. And once I started using this though, I now only use this when I make cards. I still use the Georgia Pacific the cheap cardstock from Walmart for other things, but when I'm making a card for somebody, I use this one. So I highly recommend the Whisper White cardstock for stamping. And I also got, okay, you guys, this is like the 4th or 5th bone folder that I've owned. I had to get another one because for some reason me and bone folders don't get along. I keep losing them somehow, even though I have a designated home for them. I have a container with pens, my craft pens for journaling, my craft scissors, and my bone folder is supposed to go in there, and for some reason I keep losing my bone folders. So I ordered another one. And then I also got the paper Snips scissors. I do actually have cutter bee scissors for my fussy cutting, but you know, I have it in my designated container, but I keep catching my family members using my good craft scissors. So I was quoting my husband one day and he said, why don't you just order another one? So I said, oh, okay. So I'm not going to argue with that. When he tells me to spend money on craft stuff, I'm not going to argue, right? So went ahead and got that. And then I also got the Stampin' Scrub stamp cleaner. I had heard a lot of good things about it, and you know, I started stamping in 2002, and since then my system was paper plates and wet paper towels. So I would wet a paper towel, a couple of paper towels, put them on the paper plate. I take my stamp, I set my image, and then put my stamp on the wet paper towel and kind of like, you know, scrub it around. And that was my system. So, but you know, I would pick up the stamp and I would wipe off any excess remaining ink. But, you know, it was cheap and it worked. And in recent years, I got less and less concerned about staining. I was like, ah, you know, it's all part of art, right? But I decided that I'm just gonna go ahead and get the Stampin' Scrub stamp pad cleaner or stamp cleaner, and so we'll see how that works. But I'm not really too concerned because I've heard so many good things about it. And then I also got the cleaner here, the Stampin' Mist cleaner. And then this here is for cleaning the stamp blocks, and which reminds me, I did get a couple more of their blocks. I had ordered 3 of them previously, and I have to say, you know, I had heard good things about their blocks as well, but I wanted to be cheap, and I had bought some really cheap clear blocks, and they were really thin and really light, and you know, they worked, but once I ordered a couple of the blocks from Stampin' Up and used them, I just fell in love with them. And they're just I don't know, you just have to use them, you just have to try them yourself and see what I'm talking about. But I love the way they feel in my hand, and they're a nice weight, and I don't know, I just love it. I mean, I would not have bought 4 more of the blocks if I didn't really like the product. So now I have 7 altogether in this set. So that's that. And then I also got, let's see, some watercolor paper. What else? Okay, I have some stuff at the other end of the table that I'm not going to reach for, but this is most of the fun stuff here anyway. And then here, maybe not so fun, but just so you guys know, those of you who have the Big Shot, you can also order accessories from Stampin' Up. This is the replacement, what is it called again? Sorry, the cutting pad, yes. The replacement cutting pads. Mine are all warped, so I had to order a new set. So I think that's most of the fun stuff. I have some other things like envelopes and some other small little tools, so I'm not gonna share those with you because I'm almost out of time. But I hope you guys had fun checking out my Stampin' Up haul, and if you have any questions, leave me a comment. Thanks for watching, guys.